Hey, real quick before we get started today, I just wanted to give you guys a warning that this episode, because we're talking about kissing, does include a lot of potential exposure to cooties. And so just if you have kids around, you might want to sit this one out.
Yep. Brace yourselves.
Hey, I'm Jam.
I'm Jason.
Welcome back to Podcast for Your Life.
Yeah, Podcast for Your Life. The podcast that's so general, it should be in the armed forces.
Wow.
Now that it's our 75th episode, we figured we'd change it up a little bit and just give people a description of what they have to look forward to.
Yeah. So you can look forward to a new description of our podcast every episode.
Yeah. You could just turn it off now, too.
This is...
That's like the high point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it peaks at 15 seconds. And
We've basically traditionally done a new season kind of deal every 25 episodes. So this is the 75th episode, which also means it's the first episode of season 4.
Or is the last episode of season 3?
Oh, actually, no, you're right.
Dang.
I'm ahead of myself.
That's okay. It's
Yeah,
like
you're right.
This is
You're
like
right.
a teaser.
Yeah. Anyway.
A taste of what's to come in
Yeah.
season 4.
Yeah, exactly. We're just giving you like a little bit of a preview kind of thing.
And
An appetizer.
If you're thirsty for more, you can always binge the previous 3 seasons, now streaming on a podcast platform near you.
And it's not really like there's a huge change, but we do look at it as an opportunity. Like, what if we, adjusted something, or it also just helps segment our time as podcasting. So it basically has been like 2 full years.
That's crazy.
And some change since we started. So
We had a shout out from a podcaster in Hawaii.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's called.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Is it in the podcast?
It's Lily, and it's a she.
and she says things in the podcast.
She says things. It's pretty cool. But she gave us a shout out. So thank you, Miss That's What She Said, for giving us a shout out and listening. I think of all the people who have described the podcast, I was listening to her describe ours, and it was like so spot on.
Yeah, I think she gets it.
If there's I don't know if she gets it, but
if
she
there's something to get, then yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily of what we're going for, although that's part of it, but mostly of what our show, what happens on our show, what to expect. So thank you. And if you guys like our podcast, definitely share it with your friends. Even if you don't have your own podcast, just tell your mom
or your dog.
And speaking of both those things, what are we talking about today, Jam?
Yeah. Without further ado, we're going to be talking about kissing.
Ooh.
And if you're listening, that means you probably already knew.
That was me, not an actual sound effect.
If you're listening, you already know that we're talking about that because that's in the title. So,
yep.
So let's get into it. Kissing. Jason, what is kissing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Kissing is like putting your lips on someone else.
Yeah, I think so. So that's to be a someone
or something else. Yeah, dang it.
And it's like different from a few other things that you do with your mouth. Like you're not eating something like.
You can kiss an orange and then eat the orange.
But they're separate things.
Yeah, they're separate.
Yeah, exactly. And kissing has some intent, too. It's not like you would accidentally do it. It's like...
You're showing affection with your lips.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a good definition. Here's another question I have, and I've been thinking about. Why is kissing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that somewhere along the way, it was... something that happened in culture. Like, I'm just envisioning the first humans being like, I like that person. She makes me feel happy. What happens if I put my face into her face?
Yeah.
What happens?
Yeah. It's, I mean, I know that like there's the greeting aspect of it that's still a part of a lot of cultures, which we don't really have
like
in
on
the
the
States now. Yeah. On the cheek. But the idea of, I'm going to put my mouth on someone else for any reason has been striking me lately as just so strange. And I'm not saying that I don't like get it in some way. Like, it's not like I'm like a robot that doesn't understand human feelings and desires and emotions.
Yeah.
But it is so crazy that that's a thing in our world now and that we want to do it.
Yeah. It's like talked about a lot. Yeah. Cause it's normally the face, or royalty. It's like the hand.
Oh yeah. That's
like, right. They do that or whatever.
Or like the ring,
Yeah. Or the ring. Yeah, dude, I have no idea. I have no idea what the origin of kissing is.
And one reason I thought, and we haven't looked
Yeah.
it up
And
as,
we're not
as usual.
experts.
We're not going to look up stuff. And
There's plenty of romantic podcasts out there, but we're just looking at it at a general perspective.
one thing I was thinking of, 'cause I was thinking like back in time, you know, it's like, okay, it's still a thing to consider all the time now, but it was even more of an issue thinking about bacteria and germs back in the day when there was a lot less technology to prevent or to treat illnesses. But the idea of like putting one's mouth on somebody else's mouth seems like that'd be a pretty bad idea back in the day.
Interesting.
So I've wondered, like, how'd that come about? Did they not think about that at all? Which is fine. That makes sense. Maybe they didn't know. But
Yeah.
just the idea
I
of
don't
like, my mouth on that person's mouth. And then like at different times in history, like different plagues and things that have happened. I'm wondering like if they were aware of that kind of stuff or if kissing was even a thing then. It just,
Gee, I don't
these
know.
questions that have been plaguing my mind.
Plaguing your lips.
Yeah.
Hopefully not plaguing your lips.
Yeah.
This seriously, it's some good questions. I bet there's someone listening right now who's like burning up because they know the reasons why we kiss and the origins, but you'll have to let us know.
I mean, there's a level of vulnerability to it, so maybe that's part of it. It's like, hey, I'm super vulnerable. Obviously, the mouth is an important part. You speak that with your mouth. You
But it's like you
communicate,
can't talk
you
when
eat.
you're kissing, so maybe the idea is like, I would stop talking for you. Maybe that's what kissing means.
Or even more importantly, I would stop eating for you.
I would, I was going to say, or eating.
Yeah.
Possibly more important.
That's, I mean, how else can you show somebody that you love them? It's like, hey, listen, I'm going to stop talking and eating just for you for at least a couple seconds.
Yeah. Seriously. Man. The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
For this thing.
And in general, kiss is like a positive word. I mean, there's a chocolate that's called that.
Yep.
So,
Hershey Kisses.
yeah. In general, like kissing is a positively enjoyed thing by many people, whether it's the act of doing or the snack. So
Yeah. Or just the idea. Yep. Movies. I mean, everybody remembers that memorable kiss in Princess Diaries.
oh yeah, the popping of the foot kind of thing.
Yep.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of mechanics involved.
Classic. Yeah, seriously. Yep. Or then there's always the classic stereotype of like the kid practicing with the teddy bear, in his room. And his mom walks in on him and is like, what are you doing, kid?
I remember being like 4th, 5th grade at one point, and I used to draw a lot. It was like one of my favorite things to do. I still like drawing and doodling and stuff like that, but I had drawn this character that was kind of like a spy kind of guy. And he was just like, at the time, he was the guy I would draw. He was like I only ever drew drawings about this guy.
Nice.
I can't remember his name. And I remember one time like drawing this, I think I started getting into like the idea of like trying to build a story about this guy and like, he's an agent. What missions is he accomplishing? Blah, blah, blah. And at one point I got to the part of the story and I drew him and the woman that he had saved kissing. And I remember being like really like protective about it. Like, oh, no one better see me drawing this. Like drawing this secret agent guy kissing the person that he saved. And just
Was it like 2 stick figures? Like,
no, I did like, I had this way of trying to draw him like wearing like some kind of stealthy, agent kind of stuff, but he definitely had a lot of muscles. So,
okay.
Yeah. And,
Yikes.
but that was
Getting a little weak at the knees.
yeah. No, but it's kind of funny to think of that as being like this, like, oh, I'm drawing this, like,
Yeah.
it's part of the story, but I hope no one sees this in my like sketchbook or whatever.
When I was young and growing up, maybe like from, I don't know, most of growing up, I had some conservative parents, and particularly my mom would ask us to look away when we're watching a family movie together, and there's like a kissing scene, like The Parent Trap. That was like one of my mom's favorite movies growing up.
Oh yeah.
But at the end, there's like a pretty passionate smooch between Dennis Quaid and Natasha, and it would always be like, "Don't look, guys, don't look," and I never got it, I guess.
Yeah.
And like my parents kissed all the time in front of us, so, and they never said, "Look away, guys." So
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what? So I don't get it. But Mom, if you're listening, please tell me. Please explain my childhood.
Yeah, I don't remember how we treated that or not, but that is funny to think about now because it seems pretty mild. Also, I remember like really not being interested in the idea of kissing for so long. Like it was just like when you're a kid, that doesn't seem like a thing, or at least it wasn't for me for a long time. Like I couldn't care about it. I mean, other than that doodle I was doing where it's
Sure,
part of the
yeah.
secret agent story, I was never like, man, I hope someday I can kiss somebody or whatever. It just, I think for the average like elementary school boy, it's just not part of the daily thought process really.
Yeah, but you also recognize from an early age, due to the society you live in, at least the American society, there's kissing all around us. And I think you realize that it was part of life. Like that's people in love do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. So that might be why, even though you weren't necessarily thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah, this is the scene where my secret agent is gonna lock lips with this other spy girl, babe, or whatever. So
Yeah.
so what was your first kiss, Jim?
My first kiss was my wife, Emily.
Aw.
So that's pretty sweet. So
awesome.
I didn't kiss anyone until sophomore year of college. So that's like
Wow.
pretty crazy.
Man, so do you feel like
Totally
you needed
lame.
practice? Did you do the teddy bear thing?
Oh, dude, I have not even thought about that. That's so interesting. Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing at all.
Sure.
So I didn't have any practice at all.
That's great.
I don't even remember if I like asked anybody. I think I was kind of too embarrassed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was like hoping for some sort of like primordial instinct to kick in. It's like, if our ancestors have been doing this for centuries, hopefully something's going to
my blood.
Yeah. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, my first kiss was also my wife.
Aw.
So that's cool. Yep.
I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we were dating and yeah.
What age or like what were you in college still or?
No, I was graduated. Yeah, so it was after college when we were dating.
So we were both pretty late kissers in a lot of ways.
You could say that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, let's play a game. Quick one.
Sure.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Pick one that you can keep forever, and the other ones you have to leave behind forever. Ready?
Oh.
Okay, kissing as the act of doing that.
Uh-huh.
Chocolate kiss as the snack.
Holy moly.
Or kiss the band. Be careful. Don't answer too hastily. Don't forget. This is forever.
Okay. So I'm definitely going to leave behind forever the band.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not a huge fan.
Interesting choice, but okay. I'll
I'm
allow
not a
it.
huge fan, but I did play Detroit Rock City on Rock Band back in the day. The chocolate one and the person one is a hard one. But
Yeah, it's hard.
probably because my wife would probably choose the person one. I'd probably also have to choose the person one.
Yeah, that's
I would
true.
want to, though, too. I feel like if I was putting them on a scale, I would let the Hershey Kiss go away as well. So.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah,
You're
surprising choice. Definitely didn't see that coming, but wow.
I love
That's
you, babe.
incredible.
Okay, what about you?
I would pick the band for sure.
Oh,
I'm just
well,
kidding.
that wraps up.
No, I'd pick the act as well. Yeah, I don't love like the band or the chocolate. I don't love chocolate in general, so it's actually not that hard of a question for me.
What if?
But for a lot of people out there, that's a tough one. So,
What if your favorite coffee brand was called Kiss?
oh, that's interesting. Well, there's not like a lot of coffee brands that I do because I roast my own, but that would add another thing that'd make it hard. So,
Yeah.
and
Well, I guess that's all we get. Signed, sealed, delivered.
yeah. So seal it with a kiss, and
That's right. Let's seal this episode.
thank you so much for listening. And if you like our podcast, give us a rating on iTunes. We don't ask for that very often, but we'd love for you guys to do that so we can share our podcast with more people.
Yeah, a rating is basically like blowing kisses at us. So yeah, we would.
Yeah, platonically.
Yeah, feels like it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Sterling from Texas for suggesting this topic. Thanks, Sterling.
Yeah, thanks, Sterling.
We're blowing kisses right now. Your way. Here they come.
All right. Bye, guys.
Cheers.